Well, Vic, in the world of the Yankees, a lot has changed since we last talked.
The world's crumbled.
The world has crumbled. The world has. I mean, if you remember, one of our last posts was how great, how prolific of an offensive season will Jesus Montero have for the Yankees in 2012. That was one of our last video posts.
And if he was to remain a catcher, we already said he's a Hall of Famer.
Right. As a catcher, Hall of Famer, we've determined it is what it is.
It's fact.
But he may now be a Hall of Famer for the Seattle Mariners. I mean,
can you imagine that? Can you imagine that if he goes to the Hall in 20 years as a Mariner?
No, I really can't. I don't want to because I'm going to assume we're going to sign him again in 6 years or so if he's really that dominant. But I'm going to catch everybody up real quickly on what went down. Real quickly is blockbuster trade happened out of nowhere. Nobody knew this was coming. Jesus Montero, our savior, our future Hall of Famer, and Hector Nuesi, accomplished pitcher for us, traded to the Seattle Mariners.
Accomplished prospect, yeah.
For a pretty good rookie pitcher, Michael Pineda, a guy who they say might be better than pretty good, but had a pretty good season, and a youngster, Jose Campos, I believe is his name, Campos, who's got potential, but he's a single guy. So who knows where he's going to be? But we lost the savior.
We lost the savior.
How do you feel about that? What do you personally feel inside about not having Jesus Montero on the team?
I'm devastated.
Yeah.
Because the one prospect that I cared about in the last 5 years was Jesus Montero. The one everyone else was a bargaining chip.
Right.
The one prospect before Jesus Montero was Jose Tabata.
Mm-hmm.
So the Yankees traded Jose Tabata for your guy, Xavier Navy.
That's right.
Who had one decent year as a Yankee, then came back for half a season, then he was gone.
Got hurt, yeah.
So once they got rid of Tabata, my next guy was Jesus Montero, that we used to sit and talk at Demeter's 5 years ago, a local bar here in the New York, New Jersey area, and talk about, this is our guy. He's 16 years old, he's already an A-ball, he's already hitting 300 as a 16-year-old, he's playing against 18-year-olds and 19-year-olds, he's our guy.
Right.
5 years later, he's gone. We'll talk about it. I'm bullish on Pineda. I think he's going to be good for us. However, the savior is our guy.
He was our guy, and that's why this one hurts.
It hurts.
Because this is a guy, probably I would say the last one like this was Derek Jeter. Coming up out of the minors, our guy who we knew would be a Hall of Famer. Maybe Robinson Cano. Robinson Cano we probably didn't really think was going to be that great coming up.
Yeah, he wasn't. Robinson Cano wasn't the number one prospect of the Yankees for years. Cano was a top 10 for a few years and then exploded.
Yeah, I mean, so if you want to think back, if you're a Yankees fan, think back to Derek Jeter when he came up. That's really exactly what it was. The guy who everyone knew coming into, when he was a starter, was going to be a Rookie of the Year, was going to be a World Series MVP, and ultimately a Hall of Famer. And that was Jesus Montero.
And he gets a September call-up last year, and he proves it.
And he dominates, right?
Dominates.
You bring in,
300 average, 400 on base percentage,
exactly.
home runs.
You expect young fireballers to come up when nobody else in the league has seen them and dominate pitching. I think Jabba Chamberlain a handful of years ago. When you're a fireballer and batters haven't seen you, there's no scouting report on you, you can blow it by people. Hitters, it's the opposite. They have to warm up. They have to get used to major league pitching. Remember, this guy's been pitching against 3A guys, or batting against 3A guys for a couple of years now.
Not the savior, though. He didn't need any time.
He didn't need it. I mean, he dominates. He's batting, 310 or so?
Smoking home runs against the Red Sox.
Yeah, he gets added to the
he does well
roster.
Against, exactly, and does well. Plays one game and gets 2 hits.
Has a big hit, big double, and I mean, so
gone.
He's gone.
He's gone. Michael Pineda.
Yes.
I'm bullish on Michael Pineda. I'm sure we'll do a whole post on Pineda.
We will.
I think he is going to be the real deal. I think he is the real deal. Big dude, 6'7", throws 95. Like his average fastball is 94.7 according to Fangraphs.
Yes.
Has a good slider. Throws a change, right? So he's got the 3-pitch arsenal. I think he's the real deal. Perfect to be a number 2 pitcher behind CeCe. I think he really projects that way.
He does. He projects that way. He had a solid season this year. I think my issue with him
Started off hot.
Was
Made the All-Star team.
right, exactly. Is just that he started off so hot, so white hot, made the All-Star team, and then finished up so mediocre.
But if you recall, Ivan Nova's prior season, right? So this is 20. His 2010 season. Remember he had a problem getting to the 5th inning?
I do.
Okay. So pitchers also sometimes can take a little bit of time to evolve, right?
Yeah.
So Nova had the stuff, Remember, he was Mr. 4 inning, couldn't get the win because he couldn't get to the fifth, get through the fifth inning.
Sure.
Well, the same can kind of be projected for Pineda, because even though he was more of a length guy, he got 6th or 7th inning, he burned out towards the end of the season.
Yeah, I guess that's probably it.
In
And
his
so
rookie year.
my issue with the Yankees is, are they gonna do a job of rules kind of thing with Pineda? Or are they gonna limit his innings to 150 this year, which, slows us down, and for a Java, didn't work. I mean, as much as you guys wanna say it did, and maybe it helped him be at least an accomplished pitcher, it didn't work because he missed this season with Tommy John surgery, which is what they were trying to prevent, and he got it anyway. So, we'll see what happens with Pineda.
Point is, we lost the savior.
We lost the savior.
I mean, this was a guy that you and I were talking about half a decade ago as like our guy, watching him come up. Don't worry, it's gonna be okay when we get Jesus Montero up.
Couldn't wait for Posada to retire to give that spot to Montero.
And we knew that the Yankees were catcher rich in their system, right? We've written posts on fitsandvig.com about the Yankees being the most catcher rich prospect organization in the bigs. At the same time, the front of that class was the savior, and now he's gone.